There we go. All right, folks. Thank you for being here. I am live. We are live. It is October 31st. So we are at the end of the month of October, and I wanted to give you a live look at our trading. It's how it's been going for this month. I'm flying solo today when it comes to producing, so bear with me if we have some issues. One of the things that I love about trading is that you can absolutely get down into the details. I love the analysis part of it. I love the back testing, and I love the review at the end of every month. Now, doesn't always make you feel good. By the way, hi, I'm Pepper. This is Godly Trading. Thank you for being here. Our mission here at Godly Trading is to help every one of you out there fulfill that command from Proverbs. It says, a good man leaves an inheritance to his children's children. Good woman. And we believe that trading is the way to set yourself on the path towards financial freedom for your family. So what I'm going to do today is I'm just going to show you my live trading results. I'm going to be as honest and transparent as I can be. I am a swing trader of Forex primarily. I have been a swing trader for 3 years now. Once upon a time, I was a day trader. And up until about 3 months ago, I would refer to myself as a recovering day trader. And since then, I have decided to add trading back to my day trading, back to my regular repertoire, as it were. And so I do now have some algorithms that I use to trade on a day trading process. I'm just checking to make sure the stream is working, and it is. Okay, fantastic. So with that said, what you're going to see today is primarily Forex. I also trade gold. I trade on a much larger time period, and I don't believe I am yet set up to show you my wheel strategy that I trade with stock options, but there is that. So if one were to ask, hey, what do you trade? Me. And what have you traded this past month of October? Again, October 31st. Say hi if you're in the chat, by the way. Tell me where you're watching from. I have done this during the month of October. I have traded stock options using the wheel strategy on a monthly basis. Matter of fact, my options expire today. I am trading plug, P-L-U-G, plug, on using the wheel strategy. I've got a couple of videos about the wheel. So that is a very long-term play from my perspective, 8 months. Now, is 8 months a long time is 1 month a long time to trade for you? We're going to talk Sunday night with a lady who trades as part of her multiple streams of income, which is fantastic. And she's a much longer term trader than I am. She just exited a trade. I say just, end of September. She exited a trade on, I think it was Rolls Royce, that she'd been in since April. So my goodness, talk about long term. Everyone's idea of what is short and long is different. Every trading strategy is different. That's what trading is. That's what makes trading so amazing. Ecclesiastes 3:1, Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verse 1 says, to everything there is a season and a time and purpose, and a time for every purpose under heaven. And I think that just screams trading to me. There's a trading strategy for anybody. There's any of them will work. So back to me and what I trade. What I consider long-term trade, the wheel strategy using stock options. It's about an hour a month that I work on that. I trade Forex every single day. I trade the daily chart of Forex every single day for about 15 minutes a day. It's all 28 pairs of Forex plus gold, silver, and oil. I think it's those three. I don't trade Bitcoin anymore in my daily. You think, well, Bitcoin's not Forex. Bitcoin is Forex, just so you know. Every crypto is Forex because you can't just buy Bitcoin. It's Bitcoin, and the price of Bitcoin is set in dollars. So it's BTC USD or BTC EUR or BTC GBP, right? So Bitcoin is Forex. And then over on a 15-minute time frame, intraday, daily, on a trading algorithm that I have, one of several. I trade S&P 500 and NASDAQ and gold and silver. And I think I've just added Euro US. So I basically day trade metals and indices. I swing trade Forex and metals and oil. So commodities, let's call them commodities. And then I sort of position trade stock options. So kind of run the gamut there. That's enough about me and what I have, what I do. Let me double check on, see if we got any comments over here, questions. All right. By the way, drop a question or a comment if you have any questions about what I'm doing. So let's just take a quick look. And I'm going to show you two accounts that I have. These are my live results. I am a member of, let's call it a prop firm, though they're not really, but it's the easiest way to understand them. DarwinX 0 for us Americans. And just show you the results on this. So let me present, and I'm going to do share screen, and I'm going to share that entire screen, I believe. Yes. So there we go. Do I want us like that? Do I want us like that? That is the exact wrong screen. Y'all, excuse me. I am, again, flying solo today when it comes to producing. So, nope. Give me 1 second. Stop screen. Present or invite. This is live streaming here. All right. Share screen, entire screen, and I just sworn it was that one. Let's go window. Okay. Window is going to be, let's just try this one. Now, am I sharing the right screen? Yes, I am. All right, fantastic. Glasses on. So this is my FX book. Doesn't work for stocks, but it works for Forex. Fantastic. So my DarwinX 0 account that I've been trading now for, when did I start trading? I started trading this last April. This is a system I had been trading, by the way, both personal account and prop firm account since January of either 22 or 23. I've been trading for 3 years, so probably 23. January 2023 till now. What happened here? Why? Well, I just signed up for DarwinX in April because all of us American citizens got booted off of some prop firms because of reasons. It has to do with federal regulations and whatnot. Actually, I won't go into it. I'm not going to go into it. All right, so here's my results, live results. I had a pretty good year last year, and I was doing great until this. By the way, see this here? You can't see that at all. Let me embiggen this. Let me go a little bit larger and zoom. All right, can you see that says minus 6.6? Worst month that I had in 3 years. And this is the kind of thing where you really have to have faith in your system, but more importantly, just faith in general, faith in the purpose that you're doing. This is where my faith, my personal spiritual faith comes in. You think, well, what did I do wrong? Why did I lose 6% in 1 month and hadn't had that happen since I started? Life happens. Trading happens. Nothing went wrong. I went back and looked at my back test results before I started trading this system. And it predicted that I could have a drawdown of, I think it said like 12%, and that there was between a 3 and 7% chance that at some point during the course of trading this system, I might have an 8-trade losing streak. Well, guess what happened in May? I had an 8-trade losing streak. Now, this is a daily chart, right? It's not like 8 trades in a day. This is 8 trades over the course of a couple of weeks. How about messing with your head? But after 3 years of trading this, the law of probability kicks in. And sure, 3% will happen. So that's what happened there. I spent the last couple of months trying to get out of it. And as of today, we're at 3.82% for the month. Was it 4% yesterday? Things happened. Big deal. So over here on, these are the DarwinX adjusts your returns so that they can compare apples to apples. You might risk this much, somebody else might risk this much, but they adjust it so that everybody's equal in the eyes of the investors. These are the actual returns here. And you can see I was doing great doing great, and then went kind of sideways. Okay, and then boom! Oh my goodness, went from 10% down to 5%. It hurt. Not gonna lie, it hurt. A big deal. You just keep on trading, and you can see right now I'm trying to get back to zero. Just keep on trading. But for the month of October, that's why we're here. This month I'm up 2% for the month. I've had a 48% win rate, which is lower than normal, right? This week it's been 66%. This strategy tests itself out to be around just under 60%, like 59%. So been an abnormal month from a win percentage, but a good month for return. You can see, I'll show you in a minute what I mean. Here's my 2025 returns on here. You can see this is May. Didn't do great in May. September was also a bad month. And what's interesting here is you can say, okay, I lost 4%, 4.12% in May, and 4.26% in September. You go over to DarwinX, and it says in May it was 6.6 and 4.9. So you can see that they make this adjustment. That's why DarwinX isn't a true prop firm, but I still love them. They're still my favorite. I'd trade with the Fivers, CTI, things like that. So I'm not promoting them. I'm just saying that's who I like. Let me show you the live results I've got on right now. So right now I am currently up about $2,700 open equity on these trades. You think, my goodness, that's a lot of trades. Well, it is, and it isn't. My particular strategy that I trade, one of the rules is, let's pick a pound trade, pound US. Yeah, here we go. One of my rules is, as soon as I hit my first take profit, and here I am showing you this thing, and it's not showing up on the screen because I'm not sharing the right thing. Let's try this again. Y'all excuse me for being spastic right now. I'm trying my best to show. All right, maybe this will work. Yes, there we go. Try that again. Got a lot of trades open. You can see Aussie yen, Aussie Kiwi, CAD yen, Euro Aussie, Euro CAD, Euro pound, Euro US, pound Aussie, pound CAD, pound Swiss, pound Kiwi, and pound US. You think, oh my goodness, that's a lot of trades to have open at one time. Well, as I said, it is and it isn't. So my particular strategy says I only risk 2% per currency, and I only risk 6% per account total. What do you mean 2% per currency? I'm sorry. I said currency. I meant country. 2% per country. So if I'm in 1% pound US and 1% Euro US, then I'm in 2% for the US, which means I can't take another trade on the US yen. I can take a trade on the pound yen, but not the US yen. 2% per country, and no more than 6% at risk at any one given time. Each one of these trades currently is set at 0.75% risk per trade. So whatever 0.75 times 6 would be, that's how many trades I can have open with risk. What would that be? 8? Something like that. I can have 8 trades open at any one given time with risk. What do you mean with risk? So when my trade hits my first take profit, I immediately move my stop loss to break even. So you can see right here, let me find one that's only got 2. Pound Aussie, pound CAD, pound Swiss, pound. Do I have anything with 2? 1, 2, 3. 1, 1, 2, 1, 2. Here we go. CAD yen. All right, let's go over and look at CAD yen. And I'm on a VPS, by the way. I would highly recommend a VPS to anybody, but there can be a little bit of a lag when you're doing this. So CAD yen, I hit my first take profit yesterday, and my stop loss moved to break even. That means I have 0 risk associated with that trade, because when price comes back down, worst case scenario, it triggers my exit where I got in. So I can't lose money on this. I'm sure a weekend gap, maybe. But by and large, once I move my stop loss to break even, that trade has 0 risk associated with it. So it comes off the table. I can have 28 trades open, but if every single trade has already hit first take profit and had its stop loss move to break even if I have 28 trades open, I still have 0 at risk. So that's why I say, well, I don't care that I've got this many trades open. How many trades do I have currently with risk? So let's take a look. So 1, 2, nope. 1, 2, nope. 1, 2, nope. Euro Aussie, I have 3 positions on. When I take a trade, I take 3 positions. So TP 1, 2, and 3. So Euro Aussie has full risk. Euro CAD has full risk. Euro US has full risk. And Pound Kiwi has full risk. So it's 4 trades at 0.75% per trade. So I only have 3% at risk right now, even though I've got, what, 10 trades open? So that's this account. That's this strategy. You can see it's had a good month. Best month I've had in a while. Best month I've had this year, to be honest. And first winning month in 2 months. It happens. One of the things I love about Darwinex, you can go look at everybody else's. There are, how many of us are there doing this? There are 9,054 people signed up for Darwinex. You can go look at every single person's returns. And you see people who've been doing this for 10 years, and they'll have accounts that look just like this. You know, they'll have a red month and 5 or 6 green months, and then a red month or 2 red months. And trading is trading. You have good days and you have bad days. You just keep trading. You trust in your system, and you just keep trading. Now, on to the other one, which is my algorithm, my automated system. This one I've only been trading with Darwinex now for a month. And what I do here is I create an algorithm, create a system, and let me do this. So I create a system and I test it, back test it. Okay, well, once it's back tested and I am confident with it, then I have to forward test it. And I always forward test these things with very little money. I pay $40 a month for the Darwinex account. I'm fine with that as a back testing means. So I just put the system in there and see what it does live for a month. If after a month of trading live, it does what it's supposed to do, it graduates over to the real account, or maybe an account of its own. What do you mean does what it's supposed to do? I'm glad you asked that. So let me show you what do I mean by that. So this is my system that I call Forest. I know. I've got one called Forest. I've got one called Frank and Forest, because they're dead simple. Frank being Frankenstein, Forrest being Forrest Gump, dead and simple. Got one called Bob. I'm not sure what I called the one that I've been showing you so far. It needs a good name. Anyway, I'm trading, as I mentioned, the S&P, the NASDAQ, gold, silver, and I just added Euro US to it. Again, testing these out for a month. Well, gold is working fantastic. Gold has graduated to the main account. Silver's been an interesting case because silver worked really well, except once. And this is why you want to test these algorithms out live. Let me do this. Yep. And show you what I mean. So I'm on this one, it's 1% risk per trade. For things like indices, I have 1 position. So every trade either wins like 1.5 or loses 1%. You can see here on the NDX, it was a 1.47% win. Let me find, here we go, NDX, 1% loss. S&P, 1% loss. Silver, which is XAG. Let me show you silver. And I'll show you why I absolutely encourage everyone to test these things out on not real money account. So silver takes 1 position, and you can see, I'm sorry, it takes 2 positions. So you can see here, look, minus 0.5, minus 0.5. So this silver trade lost 1%, like it's supposed to. This silver trade lost 2.68 and 2.58. Yes, for some reason, that day, the algorithm risked 5% per trade instead of 1% per trade. I think I have figured out why it did that, but this is absolutely why you test these things out over here on a demo account without putting real money, because you never know if your algorithm, which is just a computer going through a series of yes/no statements, you never know if it's going to be able to be robust and not lose its mind one day. Well, it lost its mind this day. It risked 5% instead of 1%. Just why when you're looking at the overall return of this, it was 0.62% per trade. But if I filter out that one losing trade, I click on disregard, then for the month of, nope, that was the disregard. I want to filter out the disregard, which means don't include it. There we go. 5.74% return this strategy gave in the month of October, fully automated, right? This takes trades Central Time starting around 7 p.m. and it's done taking trades, done opening new trades by about 2 a.m. So I wake up in the morning and I see what it's done overnight. Right? It has no input for me other than just reviewing it. This made 5.83% for the month of October. I'm happy with that. I'm over the moon with that. And as I said, I've traded gold in here long enough to know that it's going to do what it needs to do. So it has graduated over into the real account, the one that I am being paid on as opposed to paying into. The two indices and silver need a little more time in there. So that's why we only have just the 1 month return on there. But I'm happy with what I'm seeing out of this. Let's take a look at the summary for this. So you can see that gold had a 69% win rate on this strategy in October. I'm happy with that. And it had a, I don't know, had a $6,700 return out of a $100,000 account. So 6.7% return just for gold. You can see that the silver had a 60% win rate and about a 1% return. The NASDAQ had a 43% win rate and the S&P had a 33% win rate. And you can see their returns. So it's another thing I'll do. I'll leave it in here and say, hey, is this giving me what it's supposed to give me? Number one, right? Do my back test results match up with my live test results? That's question. And that's why you always do it like this. All right. I'm gonna run these things in real terms. This is a real broker, a real account. I'm gonna run them, paying $40 a month. This is just like data fee for me. Let it run on its own for a month. At the end of the month, I'm gonna back test that month and make sure my back test results and my live results match up because they should be exactly the same. This is, within a certain small margin of error. They should be roughly the same. Then I can say, well, what did my forward testing predict would happen? And do those line up? And if they do, okay, month one, we're pretty good. And I usually give these things a couple of months, 2 to 3 months of running and proving themselves before they graduate. Why do I do that? Because you need it to experience different market conditions, different world events. Gold, especially. I'm trading gold and oil over on my Forex account, my main system. Those two things are highly susceptible to world events. I had a trade on oil opened up about, 4 months ago. And as I said, on my main Forex swing trading account, I take 3 positions per trade, TP 1, 2, and 3. I'm sitting there one night and my phone goes ding, ding, ding. What was that? Looked up. My oil trade just hit TP 1, 2, and 3 like that. Why is that? Well, it turns out Israel had just bombed Iran and the price of oil shot through the roof. So things like gold and oil, they can be volatile when it comes to world news. So you really kind of do want to trade these things long enough to see how they're going to react to different market conditions, different seasons of the year, and different news events. Not to say that I'm going to trade this thing for a solid year before I put it over here, because I have back tested, right? And we've had all kind of news events that happen during that back test period. Just make sure you have done it robustly enough. I do need a video on the ins and outs of back testing. All right, got a class teach in about 5 minutes, so I'm going to bring this in for a landing. So that's it. Let's look at the portfolio. The overall portfolio for these. What you see here, CPCH, that is the Forex. You can't see it because I don't have it large enough. There we go, right there. This is the Forex swing trading account, and this is the indice Forex gold commodities day trading account, automated. So you can see for the month of October, we made between the two of them, we averaged 0.45% per month. That doesn't sound right. Hang on. Well, okay. This has been trading for a month. Oh, that's why. I'm sorry. yeah, this result right here includes that 5% loss trade. So anyway, we'll have to adjust that a little bit. But portfolio for the month here is 2.83% between the two of them. Add 5% back to it. This would be 5%, and this would be 7%. So it'd be 13%. 5 and 7 is 12%, Pepper. Hang on, it'd be 13.4% for the month of October is what essentially these two strategies together made. Last bit of advice I would give you before I head out is this. Don't live and die with every win and loss. What do I mean by that? Absolutely review your trades trade by trade. Make sure you did what you're supposed to do. Grade yourself, right? We talk about there are 4 types of trades. Trades 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? Whether you followed your rules, win or loss, that kind of thing. Grade them, trade them as you trade them, and review those on a weekly basis. Look at your return. Look at how you are doing as a trader, not day by day, and certainly not trade by trade. Larger blocks of time. Get to the end of the week. How did I do this week? How did my system do this week? If you're a scalper, sure, analyze your system weekly. If you're a day trader, maybe do it weekly. Maybe consider monthly. If you're a swing trader, absolutely analyze and judge your system monthly, or better yet, quarterly. Right? Always look at how you're doing on a larger time frame, because we can so easily get lost in the details of, oh, I had 2 losing trades in a row as a scalper. It's time to jump in strategies. So that is the wrap up for October. Thank you all for being here. And we got a fantastic interview coming up Sunday evening. So on our podcast, I hope you'll be here, guys. Thank you for being here. And if I can hit the right button, I will see you all next time. Nope, wrong button.